All right. So, what or who has inspired you to be the person that you are and to make the decisions that you've made in terms of your life and your education and your career?
So the inspiration, as long as I remember, has been my dad. He he basically studied in a very small school, and he always wanted to become an actor. And he would literally bunk his school. And his mom would give him some pocket money. He would go out and he would sell tickets in black outside theaters, and that's how he used to go and watch a film at the end of the day. So things like this kind of inspire you quite a lot, and he wanted to become an actor but he couldn't because of his background and everything, but he taught me acting, and even for studies and all of that, he's the one who has been inspiring me because he never got to go past 10th. So it's always my dad who's done so much more.
All right. And the little that we do know you and everybody knows you is that you constantly keep working hard. Like, we never see you stop. You're constantly doing something or the other. What is it that motivates you to, keep going even on a bad day?
So I'm actually 3 years late in terms of college and everything because I left my college for Chittagong and on all the other films that I did, and then by the time I came back to college, I'm 3 years late. So everyone else is already done. So the ones who are with me in school are already working, and I'm aspiring to be an actor and a director, which is a very unstable field. So for me, I'm running 3 years late. So every time I kind of think that okay, I should just chill. There's that alarm clock that's ringing that no, you're 3 years late, so wrap up fast. So that's the reason I'm trying to compensate for those 3 years.
Right.
And trying to get as ahead as I
So
can.
you spoke about Chittagong. That brings me to my next question. You've been part of a lot of student films and you've been part of feature films. So would Delzad pick a student film or a feature film? Which one excites you more?
Let's see, feature film obviously is huge. You get good publicity. Everyone knows you when you're doing a feature film. Student film does not have that amount of reach, but at the same time, you get more freedom on a student film rather than a feature film. So each one of them has their own pros and cons. I think obviously if I get a feature film, it will add up to a lot more credibility of me as an actor. And a student film would be a non-professional director, for example, people from SCMC and so on and so forth. So I think I prefer feature films obviously, but I enjoy student films more than feature films in terms of the craft.
Right. Okay, so Delzad the actor or Delzad the director?
And now that question is getting tough because I'm about to start work on my degree film if it's selected or whatever. But acting is always the main aim behind even making films and everything, because even as a director or as a writer, when I'm writing scripts, I'm writing from the perception of how the characters are reacting. So it's more of characterization rather than a script.
Right.
So I think it's obviously an actor before a director.
Right. We love it. We love watching you on screen. So I think that we would love to see Delzad the actor a lot more.
Okay.
So if you were to give me in a perspective on what it is that keeps you this grounded, because you have achieved big things at this age and not so many people get the exposure that you have gotten. So what is it that keeps you so grounded and always makes you react so warmly to everyone that you meet?
Have you heard about the Majid Majidi film Beyond the Clouds?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
but
so
you can tell
basically
us
there's this
about
film
it.
being made by Majid Majid. He's an Iranian director, Oscar winner, and Ishan Shahid's brother is doing that part, and I was the first choice for that part. So as an actor, when you want to be grounded, there'll be a lot of reasons, because you get a lot of rejections as an actor, a lot of places. Maybe even on social media. I'm talking about big stars, I'm not talking about me. But in terms of me also, when I give an audition, I'm not selected. That is enough to put you back to ground and tell you that beta abhi tak hua nahi hai. You still have to go on. So chill.
Right. Okay, so where do you see yourself in the future? So maybe in the next 5 years, 10 years, what is it that is important for you to achieve? Like, what's the most important achievement on your bucket list?
5 years, 10 years will be too far-fetched for me. I think what I plan to do is, like for now I'm writing something, and I don't want to jinx it by talking about it, but basically what I'm trying to say is that if you plan for too long, then there's a possibility of the risk and also of you being like, acha theek hai, time hai. So I plan very short-term things. So for example, I have to go back home and finish an assignment. I have to finish a characterization of a certain script. So if you keep short-term aims, it's much more easier. If you're talking about 5 years from now, imagine me to be a beggar on the street somewhere. Because if you imagine that, then you're scared of being there. So if you're scared of being there, then automatically you start working hard to run away from that. So you better imagine yourself to be there so that you want to get there.
Wow, you're really an inspiration. So if you can just for me in one sentence describe your journey thus far.
Okay. can say difficult, but that's a very boring word. Let's make it interesting. It's been chaotic in a lot of senses because it's like when I began, I had to give up my 10th and come into films. But then by the time I came into films, it was kind of rejection from films as well because my films didn't do well and all of that. Even though it's done critically well, a lot of my films didn't do well and I had to fall back on my college. And now when I'm in college, I'm struggling with films because I have to do Hindi medium, I have to run on a weekend, finish that shoot and come back here. And Sunday night I have to send an assignment. And it's like Sagas's 3,000 word assignment and 20,000 word assignment. So I'm writing that while I'm trying to talk with the director. So it's chaotic and I like it that way because the moment it dips, then negativity sets in and then bad thoughts and all of that. So you rather be busy all the time. So yeah, it's chaotic and I like it that way.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving us your time and thank you for being the inspiration you are. We're truly grateful. Yeah.
Thank you.